Hi there, welcome along. It's the Sky Bet Show as we look ahead to day 2 of the Royal Ascot Festival on Wednesday. 6 mouth-watering races to sink your teeth into. I'm pleased to say that alongside me, betting expert from Sky Bet, Matt Doyle is here. How are you, Matt?
I'm in great form, Adriano.
Fantastic. We thought we'd do these races in sort of ascending order of importance, if you like, as well. So we'll start with the 420. It's the Royal Hunt Cup. This one over a mile on the straight course. Very big field, this one. You mentioned a bit earlier, what's it nicknamed, the Cavalry Charge?
Well, it is a Cavalry Charge, but it's the big betting race of the day. We've got a red-hot favourite, which for some people is a banker with all those runners. But Group Horse in a Handicap, Forgotten Voice, 9-2 with Sky Bet. When we opened betting at the anti-post stage, he was the only one they wanted to back. Unbeaten in 3 starts on the all-weather. Rated 101, that could underestimate him. Johnny Murter, a good booking for Jeremy Nacida.
Could be a good bet, but there are plenty of others in there as well. As you mentioned, Cavalry Charge, you know, how does it go off at the very first? Some others that we picked out as well. Cardra, tell us a bit about this horse.
Cardra's been very well supported in the last week with Sky Bet. 20-1 into 9s. Trained by John Gosden, who of course won it a couple of years ago with Royal Oath. And he's a very similar type of horse to Forgotten Voice in that he had one disappointment this season, but I think he was lame. But the form of his last win, I think it was at Yarmouth, has worked out well. Tartan Giga came out at the runner-up came out at Epsom, franked the form, and he's certainly one that we would like to get beaten. Let's
move on then to the 345. It's the Prince of Wales Stakes. It is a Group 1 race, this one, just over a mile and 2 furlongs. You mentioned in our Tuesday preview, actually, mate, Tartan Bearer. Tell us why you picked this one as a possible winner.
Well, I'd make Tartan Bearer my banker of the meeting, and I'm hoping
that obvious.
Well, I'm hoping that great minds think alike, because we've ducked it at Sky Bet. It's only 13-8 with us. Now, last year he was runner-up in a derby behind an exceptional winner, New Approach. His full brother Golan also finished runner-up in a derby. Following season came out and fulfilled his potential and won the King George. Now, Sir Michael Stoute is brilliant with the older horses. One on his return in the Brigadier Gerard. I think there's better to come. The main danger is last year's French derby winner, Vision de Tat. But if you actually looked at the level of form, I think that Tartan Bearer achieved more in finishing runner-up to New Approach 12 months ago.
You mentioned those two. You picked out Virtual as well in this race.
Yeah, Virtual's quite interesting in that, of course, he won the Lockage. I think he's a horse that's probably better on softer ground. He needs to raise his game. He's up in trip as well to 10 furlongs. And if we mention the others, of course, Never on Sunday, trained by Jean-Claude Rouget, who is the rising star of the French trainers. And it'll be dangerous to underestimate that. Another French raider we certainly respect.
The 305 is the Windsor Forest Stakes as well. Small field for this one, a mile on the straight course here. I don't think we've got a declared jockey, have we, for Lush Lashes, which is one of the ones that you've picked out?
No, well, Lush Lashes of Jim Bolger's is an exceptional filly. Kept on just reeling out the Group 1 wins last year. I think Lush Lashes had an excuse first time out in Ireland, but I wouldn't totally rule out Heaven's Sent.
That's another Michael Stoute one, isn't it?
It was very unlucky in the race last year behind Sabanda Perdida, in that Ryan Moore hit the front too soon and just got mugged on the line. I think if Lush Lashes isn't at the top of her game, Heaven Sent might be the one to cause an upset.
Fillies sprint out over 5 furlongs at 5-5. It's the Queen Mary Stakes, which we're checking out now as well. Quite a few that you picked out here from a sort of medium-sized field. Frankie Dettori's going to be on Capercaillie.
Yeah, Capercaillie now. Mark Johnston's got 24 fillies this year, juvenile fillies, and he thought that another one, the Hermitage, was going to be his Queen Mary horse until Capercaillie came along. Now, she's a big improver. He knows what he's talking about. We go back to Attraction, won the Queen Mary, the following year won the 1,000 guineas. So if he says he's got an exceptional strength in depth among the fillies, I think you have to respect Capercaillie. But of course, the favourite, rising star among the training ranks, is Don't Tell Mary, trained by Tom Dadscombe. Very impressive winner at Beverley. But one at a price that I think we should mention is Miss Shear, Clive Britton's filly. Now, she won a Yarmouth maiden by 8 lengths and then made harder work of it to score at Newbury in a listed race. But she's by Oasis Dream. I think she got bogged down in the heavy ground. And each way, that would be my idea of one to hope for a bit of a turn-up.
Let's look at the last 2 races that we missed out, top and tailing the programme on Wednesday. Starting at 2:30, it's the Jersey Stakes, Class 1 race, this one too. Are you going to go with sort of trainer, jockey here? Which horse has caught your eye?
Well, I mean, it's a very hard race to weigh up, really, because it's either the classic horses that perhaps didn't quite make the grade, didn't quite stay in the Guineas, coming back in trip, or the unexposed horses, like last year with Aklam, coming out of maidens, very well backed. I think this is a race that probably you should look at nearer the day, see where the money's going. But one that was interesting was Lochline, once raced Newmarket maiden winner, was with Andre Fabre last year. But my worry is that Seaway, his main market rival, didn't perform on the day. So it's one of those races where a lot of it is the punters could sometimes know more than us, the bookmakers, because it can be about potential. So watch the market in that race.
Yeah, and finally on Wednesday, and our final race is the 5:30. It's the Sandringham Handicap. A couple that you picked out here. Going to trip up on this one, the Jamie Spencer ride, which is Money Can't Buy Me Love. We're thinking the Beatles here.
Yeah, Money Can't Buy Me Love is trained by Michael Bell, who of course has had a wonderful season this year with Siriska winning the Oaks. Now this filly isn't in the same league as that. I don't think they've ever worked together even, but off a mark of 96, that looks a very fair rating, dropping into handicaps. And she was quite impressive at Goodwood when she won last time. She picked up with a really good turn of foot under Jamie Spencer, and I think that's one that certainly off that kind of mark will be one to follow.
And one other one you've picked out is Lazarina as well. What can you tell about her? Because I haven't got a declared jockey on that one yet.
No, well, Lazarina actually ran a similar race to Siriska and Fred Darling, in that they both didn't get the run of the race. Siriska finished 4th, she was 5th, and Barry Hills, again, has got great strength in depth among his fillies this year. And I think that's another one that you should throw in the mix.
Now, hopefully we pick some winners for you there. If you fancy another competition, pop along to the skybet.com website /promotions. We've got a great competition to take part in. All you need to do is tell us who's going to be the champion jockey at Ascot this year and how many races they're going to win. If you get it right, a VIP racing day out at York, £500 worth of free cash to spend on a bet, and there are runner-up prizes as well, 100 £5 bets again to be spent at York. Just pop along, www.skybet.com /promotions. Champion jockey, how many races are they going to win? Do let us know. And of course the skybet.com website for all your betting needs over Royal Ascot. Enjoy your time down at Ascot, Matt. Thanks for popping in to see us.
Thanks,
do appreciate it, of course. And we'll be back again with the Sky Bet Show. Bye-bye till then.